What is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of my Leeds United career mode, FIFA 16. So today we actually are going into the championship, and our first game is a pretty difficult away game against Derby. And to be honest, these guys really should be looking for promotion. They have a pretty sick team, you know. They've got like Bryson, they've got Hughes, they've got a really decent team. And if we win this game, then it kind of sets us off for a season that, you know, I feel like we're going to be able to win. Because my goal is obviously to get Leeds in the Premier League. That's what I want. I want to be back in the Premier League, and I want to build up and hopefully, you know, one day maybe win the Premier League. And then if we manage that, maybe win the Champions League. And if we manage that, maybe have built a good enough squad full of youth English players that we can win the World Cup with England. But who knows, you know, maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But as you can see, they've got Tommins and we've got Tete. Those are the two players that they told us that we should look at. And yeah, it was going to be a difficult game. You know, they've got a really good team. You know, I've said that they've got some really good players, and also they've got Tommins now. And obviously they really should be looking for promotion, same as us. So if we want to win this game, if we want to win this league, we got to be able to beat teams like this, and hopefully we're going to be able to do that. And you know, the first game of the championship is going to be a difficult one. You know, it's not an easy start. We've had, you know, we could have got much easier teams. We could have had like Preston or someone, but we don't have them until way down the line. And at kickoff, you know, hopefully, you know, I set my sights up high. You know, I've got high hopes for this season. So I want to go ahead and talk about the fact that, you know, from my track record, seasons of games like this don't really last as long as they should. And I just want you guys to know that I have spent the last 4 hours editing. I think it's like 5 or 6 episodes, and all the way up to the January transfer window, as Derby score an absolute screamer with Bryson. First time shot was ridiculous. I was so mad when this went in. I had no idea. I was like, this is what the season's going to be like, innit? He just turns me and immediately scores. It's ridiculous. But as I was saying, I've spent the last like 4 or 5 hours editing, you know, all the way up to the January transfer window. So you guys don't have to worry about that. I'm going to be recording some more tonight. Hopefully the second half of the season I shall record tonight, and we'll see what happens. So the season, we're definitely going to finish 1 season. We're definitely going to finish 2, 3, 4 seasons. I'm not going to stop this series. Hopefully it'll build up some steam, and you guys will enjoy it, which is what I really want. You know, I really do want. But the new signings that we've got, they've been playing really well for me. I've really enjoyed playing and using them, as their goalkeeper nearly screws up and we nearly get ourselves a free goal. That's like the second time that might have happened to me. You know, the goalkeepers, they screw up quite a lot. I know that they did in the Mario Balotelli season, and goalkeepers are scary in this game. They just are. They're just not. You don't want to get a bad goalkeeper. So my advice to you is pick a big goalkeeper and hope that he doesn't screw up, you know, because even if you have like a 50 rated goalkeeper, he can still make amazing saves, as good as Manuel Neuer. And even Manuel Neuer can screw up in this game because the first touch system and things like that, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. But we were trying really hard, you know, 42nd minute, we're whipping crosses in, and unluckily for us, Neuer, I think his name is Nuri, his name is Nuri, does in fact get injured. First game of the season, he gets injured. He's one of our, you know, he's one of our starlets. He needs to perform well. We don't need another Adrian on the team. I don't know if you guys remember Adrian, but he played not so many games for us, and he did that amazing dive. Just go ahead and Google Adrian fish dive if you want to know what I'm talking about. But he was supposed to be, you know, the next big thing, our next big player, and he didn't really plan out. And we've got a couple of those now. You know, we've got the likes of Bergwijn and all them on the wings, and Cerny, I think his name is, isn't it? Cerny. We got a couple of good players, good young players as well. The squad is quite young right now, and that's exactly what I wanted. You know, I want to build for the future. You know, if we can get into the Premier League right now, I feel like, you know, we have one of the better teams in the Championship right now, because the players that we've signed, we may not have signed incredibly talented players right now, but they're young and they're good enough to be in the first team. As you see, Chris Dawson doing exactly what I want him to in the 47th minute. He has this first touch. Just watch this first touch of his. It's ridiculous. That first touch to take it around his man is godlike. And he's not right-footed either, guys. He's left-footed, and it is absolutely godlike. One of the things I don't like as well is that he doesn't actually have a picture in this game. And in FIFA 15, I think it was FIFA 15, he got a picture, but they seem to have taken his picture out, which is kind of upsetting. You know, it's kind of upsetting. You know, Luke Shaw had like the same one for like 3 years. You know, surely they could have kept his in. But nevertheless, you know, he doesn't have a picture. If you guys want to know what he looks like, I'm pretty sure I can pick up a picture of him somewhere. I'll just go on Foothead or something, and I'll put it in one of the episodes. But he does, you know, he's a cool looking guy. I like to be able to resemble players, you know, like players without faces. They annoy me. One of the things that FIFA tried to do, obviously, is they did the whole generated players have like actual generated faces now, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. It just gets rid of the blank black faces. I don't really like those. They're just annoying because you don't know what the person looks like, and he needs to look. If he needs to look good, he needs to look good. You know, you want to know exactly what he looks like. But Moat, we were playing some really good football, and Moat runs through the number 10, getting, I think that's his second goal of the season, or is it the first? First or second goal of the season. It's his first goal, and he is really good. Even from that, you know, that low-lying midfield role, he is so good for us. And here comes into play the fact that my wingers have literally no stamina whatsoever. I hate it. I hate it so much. They have no stamina. And we are going to have to invest some moolah into some new backup wingers. And hopefully they're going to be good ones, because I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and get some loanees. Loanees seems to be the way to go. You know, I don't want players. We don't. Those guys, those two guys, Berswood and Cerny, need to be our main focus. And they need to be our main wingers. So I think what we're going to do is we're definitely going to get some loanees in, because I have a thing about loanees. I don't like playing them often. If I can not play a loanee and play my own player, I'm going to do that every time. But if they're really good, you just got to play them. You know what I mean? So at halftime, the possession is pretty much even. The shots, we have a lot more shots. We've got about 3 or 4 more shots in them, and about 2 more on target. And it turns out they were playing a 3-back, which is ridiculous. But the game does end. I think it was a 1-1, which is good for us. It's a 2-1. We won, actually. Oh my god, I missed a goal. No, it was the Dawson goal. The Dawson goal, I think. Anyway, who scored that game? Moat and Dawson? Yeah, I did see both goals. Okay, I thought I just left a goal out, but I didn't. Never mind. Never mind, moving on. I completely thought I'd lost a goal, but I haven't, so it's fine. Our guy from Borussia Mönchengladbach, they decided that he was going to accept, but we're not actually going to sign him, because we are actually going to look for some loanees, and Sandro being one of them. He's from Barcelona. He's on like 20k a week. He's going to be really, really expensive. He's going to be our highest paid player. And we're looking for 2-year loans. You know, we want them this year, and then we also want them if we hopefully can get into the Premier League. If not, we want them next year for getting us into the Premier League. Patrick Roberts is another one at Man City. He's actually only on 3k. I assumed he was going to be on like 15k because it's Man City and they have all the money in the world. You know, I assumed he was going to be in a lot of money, but he's not. He's only on 3k, so we could technically get him and Sandro on loan. 2 backup wingers that are really good, and you know, we also have the likes of Dallas and I think it's Buckley, but Buckley isn't on loan. He's from, I think it's is it Sunderland? I think it's Sunderland. He's on loan from Sunderland, and I think it is Sunderland. Maybe Stoke. I always get those two mixed up. Sunderland or Stoke. But right now we're just going to set up a little cup game kind of team. I do actually remember that there is team sheets in this game, so I'm going to make one of those at some point as well. I don't know if this is it or not. This might be it. No, it's not. We're just going to do that. But we have an away game. Now the cup games I'm simulating at the moment. I'm not focusing on the cups at all, and definitely not one away against Exeter. This is a game that we should be absolutely winning, and I was a little bit surprised that in the 4th minute Chris Wood, you know, he's getting his first actual competitive game of the season, does manage to miss a penalty in the 4th minute, which is ridiculous. And I was a bit surprised to see that we got a penalty in the 4th minute, but no cards were shown. Not even a yellow. But Silva comes on. I think he comes on for Botaka and manages to put that one away, making it 1-0, which is awesome. They get a red card in the 70th minute, and I think it is going to end 1-0. You know, we did decently. It's away from home, but I feel like we should have hammered them. But we were playing a really weak squad. I've got to admit, it's not our strongest squad at all. But Phillips is going off to Dagenham and Redbridge. He's going to go on a 2-year loan. Hopefully he's going to do well. And from what I've seen of him, he's getting game time, which is good. I'm enjoying it. He's getting game time. I'm not really checking up on my loanees. I like to just see what happens when they come back. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But Bayern have accepted the offer for Green, and so did Sandro. So I nearly accepted the wrong one here. I nearly accepted this guy. I was like, nope, we don't want that guy. We want Sandro. So we are actually going to bring a Sandro. He actually turns out to be like 71, 72 rated, which is awesome. And we're going to stall on the other two because I don't know if I'm going to get them. So we're just going to delete the messages. And I'm pretty much going to be looking for Patrick Roberts. So I nearly do it again. I nearly accept the wrong one. But we're going to accept Patrick Roberts. He's going to be our second signing, loanee signing. Another one for 2 years. So we've got that guy in for the next season as well, which is awesome. I like this whole 2-year deal. you know, maybe you get like one season and the guy like grows like 7 ratings, but you've still got him for the next season, which is fine. So you can still have like an 80 rated player, which is amazing for the next season. But maybe one of these loanies as well I'm looking to sign. I don't know. But I think we should really be looking to sign these loanies. I really should have put a deal in for like a future fee. But if I was going to do it, I was going to do it for Sandro. And I don't think the board would allow us to do that, because there's actually a thing now where you can't just say, we'll give you like 10 million at the end of the season, at the end of the 2 years to buy him, because the board will be like, you know what, we don't know if we're actually going to have that kind of fundage. So you're not allowed to do that. We're going to say no to that. I think the most you can do for a championship club is like 3 million. Something like that, which is kind of crazy, but I think it works. You know, it's like it's really good. One of the things I haven't done though is I haven't left myself any money for pre-contract signings, so I'm not going to be going for any of those, I don't think. But in the 8th minute against Brentford in the championship, our first home game I think this is, we do manage to win a penalty. Silva goes through and just takes a tumble. You know, he did get hit, it's fine, but he does manage to get ourselves a penalty, which is awesome. And he's obviously going to step up for the penalty, because I think he's our best penalty taker. And we're going to see, I think he's going to smash this one top left, and there's no way the keeper's stopping that. The ball was already in the back of the net before the keeper dived, you know? That's the best penalty I've ever seen. It's amazing. He's really good with penalties, and I've failed to miss one yet, which is good. I hear a lot of people miss penalties, and I don't understand. Like, you just hit them into the top corner and hope for the best. That's kind of what you got to do. One of the things I can't do is save penalties. I'm useless at that. So if we ever concede a penalty, we're going to goal down every single time. But Silva always looks so angry. He looks so angry in his pictures. He's, you know, I don't think he actually has a face, so he just looks like, you know, angry with his little mustache going on and things like that. I don't like that you can't like edit. I think you should be able to edit people's hair and stuff, because I feel like, you know, if we play with this season for like 10 years, the hair's gonna change, you know. Maybe he grows a big ass beard or something, you know, because he's 20 years old now. He's got the little goatee going on. Yeah, I feel like that could have been a big beard. I'm just gonna say big beard. But Moat scores again in the 40th minute. That's his 2nd goal for us this season, which is awesome. He's gonna run up to the camera. I love these. They make for really good, like, thumbnail pictures. They make for really good, you can see in my thumbnails that I always have like a celebration, because they make for really good thumbnail pictures, which is awesome, and I'm really happy about that. So Moat scores his 2nd goal for us, which is awesome. There may have been a little cut in the recording because I had to nip downstairs and sort something out for my granddad, but I really enjoy Alex Moat right now. He's, you know, I've said it before, I said it in the last episode I think it was, in one of my career modes he was like 87 rated by the end of, like, by the time he was like 27 or something, which for me is really good. I really hope they can do that for us again. That would be amazing. But he's, I don't know, I feel like I should be able to play him further up, because he would make an amazing cam, but the runs that he makes from CDM is ridiculous. He's not very defensive, you know, he's just not, he's not that kind of player. But the passing, he's there for the passing. Lewis Cook doesn't have the passing, he has the defensive stats. Lewis Cook manages to stay back a lot, and that's exactly why I like him, because he can do that, because he can stay back, you know, tackle when he needs to. And straight from kickoff here, it's like the 48th minute. We're going to go down the wing. I think that's Dawson getting forward, plays one into the middle, and a really crazy header from Bergwijn. And I still need to figure out how to say his name. But again, we're making an incredible run. Sandro comes on, first game of the season, and managed to slot that one away. That is awesome, making it 3-0. Sandro, I feel like he's going to be a gem. He is really good. He just is. He just generally is good. He has amazing stats. He has like 78 finishing or something like that. He's just really good, and he's one of our highest rated players on the team. And, you know, the fact that Cerny has such little stamina makes it really difficult for me to keep Sandro out of the team, for the simple fact that Cerny just can't play every game. And once I play once with Sandro, I kind of don't ever want to put Cerny back in, because it's like, Sandro's so good. He's great defensively, which is amazing. Also, cheap penalty. Now, there's been a lot of cheap penalties in FIFA 16. I see some stupid ones on, you know, online and stuff. But this is a really cheap penalty. He kind of just falls over me, and he's behind me, but he gets the penalty. And Liam Cooper has every right to be angry at that. He just does. And hopefully, like I said, we're gonna, you know, I'm not really good at, you know, saving penalties, and we don't manage to there. It's weird. Saving penalties is just a luck game, and against a person, against an actual player, you can kind of, you know, you can guess where they're gonna go, especially if you know them. But against a computer, it's just gonna go wherever the hell it wants to, and you have no idea of how to guess. I was trying to duke the shot taker Lassie vibe. I've never even heard of this guy, But they do get one back in the 69th minute, and it ends up 3-1, which is not exactly what we wanted. Obviously, we wanted a pretty high scoreline against a team like this, but Silva plays a beautiful ball over to Sandro. Sandro's going to cut back on the inside, play it back to Silva. Silva's going to hit one first time, and managed to get real power behind it, which is awesome. But a nice save from the Brentford keeper, and managed to keep it 3-1, because any more than that, and, you know, they have no way back into this game. But they managed to clear the corner that resulted from that shot, and it goes out for another corner. And this happens a lot. You know, you get a lot of corners in this game. I think I had like 7 in one in the last episode. I didn't show that because it was 7 corners, just consecutive corners. And some nice skill by Silva here. Manages. I think I should just take the shot. I should have just taken the shot there, but I didn't want to be greedy with him, and I tried to play the ball through, and Botaka here down the wing. At this point, I really was just playing with them. I was skilling with Botaka, skilling with Silva, and I'm not a great skiller, I have to admit. I'm just not. And it does end up being the 3-1 is the end of the game. But skilling is not something that I do, even though we do have a 5-star skiller on our team, which is awesome for us, of course. But he's yeah, he's not in the team very often, and I just don't use skills. About the Ronaldo chop and the Berber spin is about, you know, the highlight of what I can do in this game, to be honest. So I try not to do it as often as I can. But as you see, the possession wasn't on our side, but everything else was. 9 shots, 7 on target. They had 3 shots, 3 on target, which is decent. You know, they had 3 of them on target. I think one of them is the penalty. So, you know, if you didn't hit it on target, that would be a little bit upsetting. But that is what happens. We're going to get a press conference now for Huddersfield, who's going to be our next game. That's going to be the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, leave a like. If you're new, subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode.